Super secret patented mechanical injection methanol start, you bastard.
Bro, we have a bit of that one, or that one, whichever.
Yeah, we do, eh?
In today's video, we're at Sydney Drag Race. That was nuts.
What is going on, guys? Welcome to today's video. In today's video, we're attacking the engine bay on CLIKB8. So it's messy as shit right now. There's bolts and crap everywhere. Pretty much what I want to do is I want to strip everything out. I want to like tie up all the wiring to where we can tuck it away for paint and all that kind of good stuff. And yeah, then I'm going to start cutting some shit off and prepping it for paint. So first off, I'm going to remove the front bar and the radiator support. Seems though there's nothing really holding it in now. I just wanted it to kind of look a little bit complete. So rip those off now, and then I'm gonna try and plastic wrap and get all the wiring cabling away and more in the middle and away from the chassis rails, and I'm just gonna try and tidy it up as best as I can. All right, let's get into it. All right, so I had been keeping this one on the car, this hose just here. This is the oil line that came from the oil cooler and went to the clear view that was up on the firewall, but I don't think we're even going to be using this one now, because we're going to be eliminating the oil cooler from the system. The reason that we had the oil cooler was because the engine was grout filled. There was less galleries for water, less galleries for oil, so it could burn things a lot easier. It could get hotter a lot easier. You could get up to temp a lot quicker. So yeah, every skid we did, even with the oil cooler, it still burned the oil. It would always be mint driving around and everything, but towards the end of a skid, it would get a lot warmer because there's less water in the engine. So there's physically just less cooling capabilities. Things are just getting a little bit warmer. And it would burn the oil and it'd get a little bit hotter. So that's what I'm excited about with this new engine that we're going with a iron block, is we're gonna have better oiling capabilities, all of our water jackets back and all of our galleries and everything. So everything should be normal, which means we won't need an oil cooler, because if you look at pretty much any methanol burnout car, if you tell them that I was running an oil cooler, they'll give you a weird freaking look, because they'll be like, methanol, why the hell if anything, we're struggling to get temperature into the oil instead of trying to cool it down. So we won't need that anymore. So I'm going to pull that off, get rid of that. I'll probably pull the fitting off that end, shorten the hose, and I'll still make that the hose, because we'll just have the two hoses that go to the bottom of the engine just here, instead of having one that goes all the way over there, one that goes down there. And it's just one less thing for oil to go through. So it'll be a little bit better for oil pressure on startup. So yeah, and then it's just less distance for it to travel. So overall, it's just better for oil pressure. So I'm going to remove that. There's some things that I want to leave. Like this panel looks like it could come off, but I've sealed it in here plenty times over, inside and out. So that's going to stay there, because I wanted to be like, you could have just taken that off, tucked all of these wires and everything back inside the car, but that is pretty damn sealed off. So we're going to have to pretty much just hold this up when we do come to paint and just flick around it and everything. I'm thinking of doing the bay and the door jambs, just because I can. You can do it here, tape everything off, tape all the cars off again, just do the engine bay and jambs, and then we'll probably get the outside of the car possibly painted by a professional, so that it actually looks half decent, because the paint job I did come out really well, but with the color that we're thinking of, it's going to be quite complex. So I don't think for a beginner that's really only done it once, like it may just be better to leave it up to the professionals, but we don't know. We're still making our mind up on that. And then what I was thinking for the firewall, so these 3 bolts they hold the clear view. This does fucking nothing. This hole's literally just for the main starter wire to come through. So I want to block off most of this. So cut off a lot of these, take a lot of these bolts out, and I'm thinking, I don't know if I want to do it with a flat sheet and paint it in the bay, or do a flat sheet and then bolt a carbon panel over it, so that it's like, I don't know, it's different, it looks cool. I haven't seen anyone with a carbon firewall. Now obviously there'll be metal behind it so that it is actually sealing, and is like, actually does something against a fire. But other than that, we'll be able to, and I'm possibly thinking of color coding this, probably pull this off maybe, I don't know. I have no idea what I'm doing with it, so I will pretty much just be flying by the seat of our pants like normal. I want to cut this back. I hate how it's still here, it just looks dumb and kind of unplanned, and I want to try and get this off, but damn, that's going to be a fun one to get off. Yeah, I just want to neaten it up so that it looks a lot better. So yeah, I'm going to start with cutting these off, and then we'll go from there and look at what else is needed. Okay, I normally don't like turning the lights on in here because, as you can probably see, they're flashing and it's annoying, but we must be about to get a massive storm because it's getting freaking dark out there. But yeah, minor successes. We've got this one off, kind of getting it flush-ish. I'm gonna have to, I don't know what I'm gonna have to do with that. Just keep knocking it back, or if I body feel, I really don't know. I've never done this before. This one's proven to be more of a bitch because there's just so much of it. Like, as you can see, like heaps of it sticking up, but I've got most of it off, and then taking off that stud there, couple around, might grind those down a bit more. This one's really gonna suck to get off. So is that lip, because it seems that like the panel that's pressed up there and then the panel that's pressed, it's like two joining panels that make that seal. So yeah, I don't know what I'm gonna do with that. I think I might do a little bit more research before I start hacking into that one. Yeah, I might do a little bit of cleaning. All right, so it is much cleaner in here now. I actually don't know where I left off, but one thing I've wanted to do for so freaking long, and I don't know why I hadn't done it sooner, is get heat shrink like this. Well, not heat shrink, heat sleeve, proper heat sleeve, and get rid of this freaking shit that was on the starter wire that came through the firewall here. You would have literally just seen it on the previous clip. And then as well, the starter solenoid from the button, that was coming through a separate hole in the firewall. So I just streamlined it, and it was actually melting too. So I wanted to put heat sleeve on it. Gotta remember that it was starting to melt. So I wanted to properly heat sleeve it, and then the starter wire was heat sleeved as well. So, and it was with this ugly shit. So did it properly with all of this. Now it should be all good. And I was an idiot and I cut it a tiny bit short, thinking that it was gonna be fine. Then I was like, you know what? I want to cover everything. This is under like the starter anyway, so you won't see this little chunk here, but just thought I'd cover every little square bit of it. And yeah, so now that's pretty much gonna be it for now. I'm gonna pretty much go, so I want it so you can like push it underneath the booster here. It'll come around there, drill one hole for this to slide through. I want it to come around the steering column there, probably down to that hole, and then trace along here, down under there. I probably won't cover all of this because it'll be a nightmare trying to get it around this. I don't want to have to cut any big holes or anything. Or I might even make it two different panels and just put them together and then put a bit of bog between them so that they seal as a seam just here or something. But I don't want an entirely flat firewall anyways. So yeah, if not, I will just have it come to here, use a bunch of the bolts that are already there, or I'll get Lincoln to weld it on or something, or one of the boys. And then that'll deal with covering up all the firewall holes for scrutineering, plus it'll just make it a shit ton safer. And it's gonna look a lot better. I really don't know what I'm gonna do. Like, you can see, like with this one, it looks okay. There's still some edges. If I painted it, you'd see the edges. This one, still a bit of an eyesore, the way that all these big areas come off it and yada, yada, yada. But I might leave it there for today. Now, I've had a lot of people that have been constantly asking, not only if we have merch, which we always have merch on the website, not just that, but they've also been asking, heaps of people have been asking if they can have any pieces from the engine, which is the greatest idea ever, because I want to be able to send out all the little bits and shit of the engine that failed and fell apart. And I want to be able to send them out to you guys so that you guys have chunks of the actual engine. Because I remember, like, before I had a car, if someone offered to do that for me from a blown car, I would have freaking frothed it. And I've had so many of you ask. So I was thinking of maybe doing a shirt, maybe something like this. I came up with the saying, treat them lean, keep them keen, which I think is a pisser, which is great. And then not only that, it's going to help get the wagon together sooner and keep us on track for Brashnats. So I've had so many people asking how they can contribute because they want to see it all come together quicker. Let us know if you want to do that shirt idea, and then a bunch of the orders we'll sneak in at random, like some rods, some pistons, some block. And yeah, so if you guys are keen on that, let us know, because I reckon that'd be a cool idea. That's something that I would buy myself, kind of thing. Also, what we've got on the website, maybe I'll save this until we have the other shirt. We've got our tomato sauce shirt. Now, I did get all of these to only really keep them to sell in person at events. But I guess, like, given the current climate where there's no heart in clickbait, anything helps. Anything helps us get back sooner, to have a tough car, to create content for you guys, bring the car to events. We really want to go to Gazinats and Red Centernats this year, so every cent helps so that we can get the car out to you guys so you can see it. So this is the tomato sauce shirt that we created. We've had this one in the works for years, and we finally pulled the trigger. And yeah, we sold them at Power Cruise and at Bathurst Auto Fest. And yeah, it's just the magic sauce bottle, super secret patented mechanical injection methanol, start you bastard. And then the Picnic Media logo. So if you want to grab one of these, I'm going to chuck these up on the website right now. So you can go to picnicmedia.com and grab these bad boys. We've also got the Injector keychains on there as well. And yeah, like I said, just every cent helps, because you can only imagine how expensive it is. And like, we got out of this relatively easy. Oh, I forgot to put the footage in. We actually pulled the heads off the engine the other day, and the heads are fine. So we are so lucky. The heads are okay. I'll put that footage in here. I just don't want to yank it and drop it.
Yeah.
There we go. It's got to come up on.
Yeah. Oh, no broken pistons.
There's
Look,
pistons in that side.
she's beautiful. That's perfect. That head is perfect too.
Fuck yeah!
Yeah, no, that's perfect.
Well, that's one good one. Now we're going to tack the side.
Now the shit.
inspection hole.
Now the inspection hole side. There's our inspection hole.
Should we just sit that back on the stubs, or?
Just sit it off to the side. We'll just see what we're going to do with it. Just on something flat. Oh, there's a lot of water coming out of this one.
Oh, all the pistons are still in there.
They are. I thought this bad boy would have been turned on his side.
Hopefully means. Fuck yeah!
Turn it up and we'll get some light on.
Fuck yeah, I don't see any fucking damage. Valves look good. You can't see any torching around the head gasket. Was good.
Yeah, that's really surprising.
Fuck yeah, that is awesome.
Well, like, it's a good sign that the pistons are still fairly straight in the bore. I was expecting them sideways, hey?
Bro, we have a bit of that one, or that one, whichever.
Yeah, we do, hey?
How is it still there?
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, all right, well, best case
I
scenario.
was gonna say, that's fucking great. That's gonna be hyped. Because yeah, honestly, if this head was fucked, man, we're gonna be in a whole different world of pain. And I definitely don't think we would have made Brashnats by any means. So that's a fucking great sign.
Do you want to grab the other one and stand it next to it and we'll just double check it? Because there was the valve had touched the piston on this one. Make sure to grab those bolts too.
Yeah.
It was only the one. Was it this end or the other end?
Well, there, it looks like there might be a bit of contact there.
Yeah.
That's not seated properly.
Yeah, that's true, yeah. Yeah, that's very true. So we might have a little issue there somewhere. Because the rest of them are fine, they're all seated.
I feel like they'll be able to, like, I've seen people with fucking way worse save them. So I feel like that's not an issue. Yeah, it looks like we haven't had any leaks anywhere, no water's coming anywhere. Yeah, no. I'm surprised, the head gasket's held up great, which is awesome.
Yeah. Oh, that's good.
Fuck yeah. So yeah, luckily we are just up for a bottom end. Hopefully the cam and everything else, like in the actual bottom end of the short motor, everything's okay. And it's just the rods and pistons that are gone in the block. So we've got an LY6 short motor coming, and we're gonna put a good set of rods and pistons in that. But it's just, you have no idea. A lot of you guys do, but you have no idea how freaking expensive it is. And sure, this thing may look like we're rich or that we sell drugs or something like that. We get everything under the sun. I can't even tell you how we pay for this thing or how we've gotten it to where it is. It still blows my mind. But a lot of it comes down to you freaking legends. That's how we've gotten it here. We didn't even plan to ever get it to this point, but because of you legends, it's gotten here. And it's just the support and then the sponsors as well, our amazing sponsors. Like APM's really helping us out with this as well, but nothing in the engine world is cheap. So we are hoping for everything to be on track, and we are really keeping our fingers crossed to try and have everything done for Brashenats this year, because it's looking like it's going to be a huge event, and it'd be cool to do like a little reveal or unveil with the new color and yada yada and whatnot. I'm starting to ramble, so I'm probably going to end this video here. I'll catch you guys in the next video, which I don't know what it's going to be because I've got some very busy weekends coming up. But hopefully we have some more updates very soon with the engine. Our short motor should be here this week-ish. I don't even know if you guys will really see it because it's just going to go straight to APM. They'll pull it down, they'll machine it, they'll get everything, they'll balance it, get everything to fit. And yeah, but it's not going to happen overnight, and it's going to be a bit of a shit period. So yeah, catch you guys in the next one, which yeah, catch you later. Take it easy. See you later. Boo.
Bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired.
Whoa, thought I'd come in real quick. Drilled them out. Flapper disc. Ready for top 60.
I've been thugging, you bitching and bugging, there's nothing that we got in common. I've been out grinding and hustling, investing this paper, got tired of eating that ramen. All of my music be heat, I ain't missing.